You ever catch your reflection in a shop window and just recoil? You think you're walking around looking like a reasonably cool, functioning human, but the reflection tells a different story. It shows a slouching gremlin who looks like they're perpetually bracing for bad news. You know, you're not actively trying to be unlikable, so why is your body language kinda screaming, "Please hate me"? Let's get right into it. Number 5, the human turtle. It's a classic. This posture starts subtly, a slight curve in your upper back, a gentle roll of the shoulders forward. You think you just look relaxed, maybe a little focused on your phone. But gravity, anxiety, and a desk job are a powerful trio. Before you know it, your shoulders are practically touching your ears and your neck has completely vanished, absorbed into your torso like a frightened tortoise retracting into its shell. You're doing this because, on a primal level, your brain thinks making yourself smaller makes you safer. When we feel vulnerable, insecure, or socially anxious, our body's instinct is to protect our vital organs, namely, our heart and lungs and our chest. So you hunch. You curve inward, creating a physical shield against the horrors of someone asking you for the time. Your lizard brain doesn't know the difference between a saber-toothed tiger and a coworker wanting to make small talk about the weather. To your nervous system, they are both existential threats that must be met by becoming as physically non-existent as possible. The message this sends to everyone else, however, is not, "I am a safe, non-threatening person." It's, "I lack confidence and want to be left alone." Open, expansive postures signal confidence and approachability. The human turtle posture signals that you're either deeply sad, carrying the weight of the world, or trying to solve a really, really difficult math problem in your head. Basically, your body is putting up a giant, invisible do not disturb sign, which is great if you want to be left alone, but not so great if you're trying to, make friends or appear employable. Number 4 is the perpetual pocket dweller. You know who you are. The moment you're in a social situation with no phone to hold and no drink to clutch, your hands stage a rebellion. They become these awkward, fleshy appendages you have no idea what to do with. So, where do they go? Straight into the pocket dimension, never to be seen again. Or maybe they're clasped tightly behind your back, like you're a Bond villain inspecting your evil lair. Here's the thing, our brains are deeply, fundamentally suspicious of hidden hands. For thousands of years, seeing someone's open hands meant they weren't holding a rock to bash your head in with. It was the universal sign for, "I come in peace, and I am not concealing a pointy stick." That ancient programming is still running in the background of every social interaction. When you hide your hands, you're not consciously telling people you're a threat, but you are subconsciously signaling that you're hiding something, that you're closed off, or that you're untrustworthy. It screams nervous energy. While you're just trying to find a comfortable resting place for your inconvenient hands, other people's brains are flagging you as anxious, secretive, or disengaged. They don't know you're just internally screaming about whether to go with the casual thumb hook or the full hand plunge. They just see someone who isn't open. So unless you're actually a magician preparing for a coin trick, let your hands live. Let them see the light of day. Otherwise, you just look like you're guarding state secrets, or worse, that you've got really, really sweaty palms. Number 3 is the unblinking mannequin. You've been told a million times, eye contact is key to confidence. You took that advice, highlighted it, framed it, and now you live by it with the unwavering devotion of a zealot. You're in a conversation, and you are nailing the eye contact. You've locked onto the other person's pupils, and you refuse to look away, convinced that this is the ultimate power move. Meanwhile, the other person is starting to sweat, wondering if they're being interviewed, interrogated, or hypnotized. Here's the science bit. Yes, eye contact builds trust and indicates engagement, but there's a terrifyingly thin line between "I'm listening" and "I'm calculating the trajectory to lunge at your throat." Constant, unbroken eye contact is what predators do right before they strike. It sets off every alarm bell in the other person's brain. Normal, healthy conversation involves a natural rhythm of looking at someone, then briefly glancing away to a neutral point as you process what they said before re-engaging. This little glance away shows you're thinking, not just staring. When you just stare, you bypass confident and go straight to creepy. You think you're being present and assertive, What you're actually doing is making the other person so profoundly uncomfortable that their only thoughts are, do I have food on my face? And how do I escape this conversation without hurting the mannequin's feelings? You're not connecting with them, you're pinning them to the wall with your eyeballs. It's a social staring contest they never agreed to enter. So please, for the love of all that is not awkward, blink. Look away for a second, your gaze is not a tractor beam. Let them go. Coming in at number 2, we have the Bobblehead Agreement. You're a great listener. A champion listener, even. And to prove it, as someone is telling you a story, you begin to nod. A single, thoughtful nod at first. But then your enthusiasm takes over. The nods get faster and faster. Soon, your head is moving up and down with the frantic, percussive energy of a woodpecker on a triple espresso. You think you're conveying, I'm so engaged. But what you're actually conveying is, please, I am begging you, land this story. Excessive nodding is the physical equivalent of finishing someone's sentences for them, while a well-timed nod says, I understand and I'm with you. A constant, rapid-fire nod says, I get it, move it along. It signals impatience and a desperate need to either interject or end the conversation. It can also come across as deeply insecure, as if you're trying so hard to be agreeable that you've preemptively agreed with things the person hasn't even said yet. Imagine you're trying to tell a heartfelt story, and the person you're talking to looks like one of those dashboard toys on a bumpy road. It's incredibly distracting. The speaker starts to feel rushed, like they're boring you and need to get to the point. Your attempt to be the world's most supportive listener has backfired, turning you into a human metronome that's rushing their conversational tempo. So, dial it back. A few slow, deliberate nods are golden. A continuous headbang makes you look less like an active listener and more like you're listening to heavy metal in your head. And finally, the number 1 spot on our list. This isn't just a single gesture or a weird quirk. This is the big one, the grand finale. It's a full-body symphony of self-sabotage that I like to call the apology for existing. You've seen this person, maybe you've even been this person. It's not just bad posture, it's a physical manifestation of feeling like you're in everyone's way all the time. The apology for existing is a combo move. It's the human turtle, but with crossed arms to create an extra barrier. It's the pocket dweller, but with a downward gaze that never, ever meets anyone else's. It's standing in a group but angling your body slightly away, as if you're already halfway out the door. It's a weak, tight-lipped smile that doesn't reach your eyes and says, I'm friendly, I promise, please don't perceive me as a threat. Your body is physically trying to take up less space in the universe. You'll lean against a wall, tuck your feet under your chair, and generally fold yourself up like you're trying to fit back into the box you came in. Psychologically, this is your body screaming submission. It's a nonverbal plea to be overlooked, to not be seen as a challenge, to avoid conflict at all costs. You think you're being polite and unobtrusive, but what you're actually signaling is a profound lack of self-worth. And here's the cruel irony. This posture doesn't make people like you more. It either makes them ignore you completely, because you've successfully made yourself invisible, or it makes them vaguely uncomfortable. People don't know how to react to someone who seems to be actively sorry for breathing their air. You're walking through life like you're a guest who overstayed their welcome. But here's the secret. You're not. You have a right to occupy your little patch of the planet. Your skeleton didn't go through the trouble of holding you upright just for you to fold it like a cheap lawn chair at the first sign of social contact. Stand up, take up space, exist on purpose. It's the one thing you're guaranteed to be doing anyway, might as well do it with your shoulders back. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.